Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. You gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rikah, Kodash. Got to give double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders over all of Israel, ready accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Agwath who are listening and learning. If you sisters who are listening and learning. Coming into another lesson in true faith, notification of data notification, Lord willing. This be edifying. So I titled this lesson, in real time, our light affliction, slavery, or bondage has been short. And I titled this because the sufferings that we have been going through seem like it has been forever. But in real time, which the real time is of the Lord, the Heavenly Father Yahweh's time, our light, that's why I call our light affliction. We have only suffered for a short period of time. Now I'm finna use this book. The book is called The Evolution Handbook, which in this book, in the front, it tell you it's over 3,000 scientific facts which annihilates evolutional theory. Okay? It said this book is based on extensive research and is highly recommended by scientists and educators, including 1,350 scientific quotations of references, 43 pages of illustrations, a research guide, and complex index. This is wrote by Edomites, Vance Farrell, okay, formerly the Evolution Cruncher. Now this is Edomites. We're talking about Edomites. Let me read this because we in these bodies, man. So we feel like this have been thousands and years of just suffering. From Egypt to America, this is our seventh captivity, man. From Egypt to America, this is our seventh captivity. We got the sign. This is our seventh captivity, which is completion. And that's why the Lord say, when you read in Lamentations 4, they shall no more carry us away again in captivity. This is our seventh captivity. Now, let me read up from this book. Apostle Ramlah did lessons on this many times, and he went to the extent of the earth has only been here the most 13,000 years. All this dinosaurs 65 million years ago, man, that's garbage, man. Now in this book, the Evolution Handbook, and I heard Elder Yashua mention this a while ago, and I never got it, but then he mentioned it maybe about a year ago, and I ordered it, right? Let me read this. This is the book, this is page 141, The Age of the Earth. It reads, on this basic, even 7,000 years ago, the Earth would have had a magnetic field 32 times stronger than it now has. Just 20,000 years ago, it's a joule heat would have been generated to liquefy the Earth. 1 million years ago, the Earth would have had greater magnetism than all objects in the universe, and it would have vaporized. It would appear that the Earth could not be over 6,000 or 7,000 years old. On the accompanied graph, beyond the point where the curve becomes vertical, our planet would have had the magnet sphere power of a magnetic star. So he say the overall intensity of the field is declining at a rate of 26 nanoteslas per year. If the rate of decline were to continue steadily, the field strength would reach zero in 1200 years. Magnetic field declining. Science News, June 28, 1980. In the next two millennia, if the present rate of decay is sustained, the deployed component of the Earth magnetic field should reach zero. Scientific American, December 1989. This magnetic decay process is not a local process such as one would find in uranium, but worldwide. It affects the entire Earth. It has been accurately measured for over 150 years and is not subject to environmental changes since it is generated deep in the Earth's interior. Listen, if any fundamental planetary process ought to be a reliable indicator of the Earth's age, it should be our Earth's magnetic field, and it indicates an upper limit of decidedly less than 10,000 years for the age of the Earth. Most of the factors described above would apply to the age of the Earth, which appears to be decidedly less than 10,000 years. Listen to this. Most of the following items of evidence would apply to the length of the time since the flood, which evidence indicates may have occurred about 4,350 years ago. Listen, and it goes on. So Esau saying, these scientists saying, and I'm sure it's Jackson here, because you got this guy Neil Tyson deGrasse, whatever his name is. He said that the universe is expanding, and we know it is, because Yahweh Shah said in John 14, he go to prepare a place for us, man. Okay, like Elder Yashua would say, Jerusalem is just gonna be the headquarters. Earth is gonna be the headquarters for us, man. But we got universes, galaxies, and there's millions of galaxies out there, man. So these Edomites saying the Earth, according to them, according to the magnetic field, is only 10,000 years old. And Apostle Ramla did a few lessons on it, maybe a year or two ago. 13,000 years. They said the time of the flood. See, because this is what Esau can account, even the Moabites. All nations can account the time of the flood. Well, when you go back to the time of Noah, to the time of Abraham, Salakia, Adam. See, the father Edomite can't account because they gotta physically see something. Just like these bastards had to go and find Mount Ararat. What the ark landed at. And let me say, these devils is some serious. There's a place, I don't know if it's in Tennessee or what state it's in, but they rebuilt the ark according to the length of what they found on Mount Ararat, and it's a tourist site. I even want to go. Yeah, I don't know where it's at, but it's a place. They got an ark. They built it, and they got all the department, all the animals, the two of every animal. They got the part in it where Noah and his family was at during the time of the flood. I forgot what state it's in, but they rebuilt the ark and made it a tourist site, man. Esau need to go and see this. So according to these Edomites, they said the earth is only 10,000 years old. But they said during the time, from the time of the flood to now. Well, they can't go back to the time during Adam because they don't got that faith, that belief. So the point of this lesson is I want to read this point in this evolution handbook because these are Edomites. Now, also in this book, let me read some of this. Let me read some of this in what is called I forgot the word is called in the man the different chapters. Listen to this. It's a history of evolutionary theory, the Big Bang and stellar evolution, the origin of the Earth, the age of the Earth, They say, when I was reading, I was going in this heavy. They said, ain't no way the earth was created out of Big Bang Theory. Now, here is people, Edomites, the water out, Kentucky. But the brother said, yeah, okay, Kentucky. I looked it up on Google, man. I found it. There's an ark, and they got all the department, all the places where the animal was at, where Noah was at, everything. And you can go. It's a tourist site, man. And they got the exact size of the ark. It's a DNA and protein, natural selection, mutation, animal and plant species, fossil and strata, ancient man, efforts of the flood, similarities and divergence, the laws of nature. Okay, Big Bang was a Big Bang creationism, latest evolution crisis, evolution of science fiction, and it's a lot of titles in here, man, in the index. And it goes into, man, it's so much in here. And I was reading, dealing with the Big Bang Theory, and dealing with the evolution from man, right? They said it's no way, it's impossible for man to evolve from monkeys. It's in here, man. It's impossible. And these are Edomites that's saying this, man. He said, why the Big Bang Theory is a fizzy and stars cannot evolve out of gas. Okay? Let me see. Here's another one. That goes into the point about how no man evolved from monkeys. It's so much in here, man. And I haven't really dug into this, but I want to make that point. We've been stressing every day because we're in this flesh. And that's why I tell you in Galatians 5 and 16 that the spirit, every day, the minute we wake up, man, even when we sleep, man, the flesh and the spirit is boxing, man. Okay? And I'm talking about UFC against regular. You got your spirit is like UFC, and your flesh is like a boxer, man. They two different spirits, man, fighting. Or the spirit is the boxer, and the flesh is UFC. I use UFC because when you think you got, all I watch is UFC heavy, man. And you got Jake that just want to box. I love be like, man, let's throw these hands. But then you got some slow belly nigga. He can't take the punches, so he'll try to take a nigga down because his game is grapple game on the mat, which wear and tear you, make you tired. I want to box. Fuck all that wrestling. Let's box, nigga. But when you watching UFC, you might got somebody that's a heavy boxer, but somebody else is better and taking you down and making you tap out. That's the flesh and the spirit fighting all the time, man. So our flesh got us thinking, man, we've been doing this so long. But the earth has only been here the most 3 weeks, man. 3 weeks. Real time. That's why I titled in real time, our light affliction. The real time is the time of the Lord, man. And he said 1,000 years to us is one day to the Lord. So how long have we been here on earth in captivity, man? 2 days at the most, 3 days at the max, man. But the flesh got us thinking we've been here so long. Let me get these precepts. I don't want to rant. I just want to make the points through precepts, man. We ain't been here that long, man. But the flesh got us thinking we have been here for hundreds of thousands of years. And listen to this slow belly nigga Esau Edom. We done been here just ages and 65 million years since the dinosaurs and all that garbage. 13,000 years at the max we done been here, man. Yup. Let's get this first. This is GMS Saints to the Most High. Hey, and Shalom to all you Akim Waf tuning in. Y'all about Shema Shah Thumb. Hey, beautiful brother, man. Y'all brothers, man. Hey, a hop a thumb to all you brothers and sisters, man. GMS Saints to the Most High. 1 Corinthians 15 and 39. All flesh is not the same flesh. There is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. We ain't been here this long, man. Let's get this. In Ephesians, and we all got to reach this measure. And this is a measure this is spiritually, man. This is what the Lord got. We are developing, Lord willing, I want to say first and foremost, Lord willing, this be us. We be those men and women of the hopeful elect, man. But this is how the Lord established our spirit. That's why I tell you to come out of this place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and then physically, Lord willing. But this is emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, man. Ephesians 4 and 10 reads, he that ascended is the same also that ascended. And you can read that in Proverbs 30 and 4 when it say, what is the name of the son? What is the father's name? You know, it say he that descended and ascended, right? Here's the precept. He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above heavens, that he might fill all things. And he gave some apostles and some prophets, and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. For what? For the perfecting of the saints. This is us being perfected. Hey, even in these bodies, man. That's why I mentioned when you look at the apostles and how humble they is, it don't matter what slander somebody say. The apostles don't care about that, man. The apostles care about brothers in GMS, man. And when a brother going off, the apostles don't care about outsiders, man. They care about those that's supposed to be teaching sound doctrine to feed the flock, man. That's when the apostles really, that's when they really get hot. It said for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of a Mashiach. This is the point. Till we all come in the unity of the faith, we all got to come to this measure. We all got to meet this measure, man. First and foremost, dealing with the men and of the knowledge of the Son of power unto a perfect man. And Yahweh Shah said this in Matthew 5 and 48. Be ye perfect as my Father in heaven is perfect. And we think in the flesh, like it's impossible to be that way in these bodies. Well, it's a measure that we got to meet in these bodies, man. It said unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach, man. This is what we got to get at. That's why I tell you in 1 Peter 4 and 1, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind of Yahweh Shah. Luke 22 and 28. The Lord said, ye are they which have followed me in my temptations. That means it's possible. Yahweh Shah came in the flesh. Now I was on the lesson of the week. Hey, the minute Yahweh Shah got weak, what happened? When he got weak, and they show you in the movie too, when you watch the Passion of Christ, when he got weak, the Yahweh had a man there to help him toe the cross. Simon the Cyrenian, man. Because Yahweh Shah got weak too, man. The Garden of Gethsemane. But to show you, we can become perfect in these bodies, man. Till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach. This ain't talking about the perfectness according to the world standard. This is talking about according to the spirit, man. Overpowering the flesh, man. Everything, listen, that's why, let's get this, in Revelation. I was sitting meditating on this at the plantation as I'm getting everything down packed now. So now I'm about to start back watching my videos. Last week I was training all week, 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, this week I was by myself. I kind of got it, but I wasn't able to watch videos because I've been trying to focus on making sure I got this gig down packed, dealing with what I'm dealing with now, which is just cooking. This is Revelation 12 and 12. We ain't been here that long, man. The so-called white man ain't been in rulership that long, man. This is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. We ain't been here this long, man. And since the 60s, and I tell you in Obadiah 1, when he said his nest amongst the stars, the Lord said we bring them down, man. And then what? He had to put his women to work, right? That was the beginning of women's liberation, so-called, which is with the so-called white woman, right? Then they had to play this role like they don't hate niggas, Latino, Native American, Western, and Haitians. So they created this equal opportunity garbage to deceive our people like they don't hate niggas. But then you had somebody in 2000 driving a nigga behind a truck somewhere up north, man. Dragging a nigga behind a truck in a chain. But anyway, they only been in rulership a short time. We have only been in captivity a short time. It's this flesh that make us think it's been a long time, man. Let's get this. 2 Corinthians. These bastards ain't been ruling that long. That's why they trying to hold on to it, man. That's why they trying to hold on to it, man. Because they ain't been ruling that long. They ain't been out the cage that long, man. We've been in this flesh, so it seemed like that. And according to Esau, Edom, because he controlled the media, right, which is witchcraft, medium, he set the standard on how long. And listen, you remember, it tell you in Deuteronomy 28 and 48, we should go to the enemy for the one of all things, food, thirst, nakedness, right? Transportation, housing, work, schooling. Schooling is the main thing. We have been white supremacized. So when niggas believe, oh, well, dinosaurs 65 million years ago, no, nigga. No, the earth is only at the most 13,000 years old, man. But this nigga said these niggas went to the moon. Well, we know they can't get past the radiation belt. We know it for a fact. And they show you in the movie. It's a movie called Operation Avalanche. Operation Avalanche. Go watch it. And it was on Netflix. They took it off. They show you in the movie. They had some nigga put on a suit, a space suit with some boots, and went into the Sahara Desert and put his footprints in the damn sand. And they recorded it and made it seem like he was on the moon. Operation Avalanche. Go watch the movie. These niggas never went past the radiation belt, man. They used the media, witchcraft, and they philosophies, white supremacists, to tell us these niggas been lying, man. Now you got a book called Evolution Handbook. They said niggas, no humans ever evolved from monkeys. It's a lie. The earth was not created by the Big Bang Theory. Why would they let this book get out? Thus saith the Lord. That's why. Everything was created for us now. The Lord said in the last days. So from the 60s until now, man, Yahweh Shema Shah is working, man. We don't need the so-called white man validation about nothing. We don't need it. We never needed it. We were just bamboozled for a time. And the Lord say, hit him on the head, wake him up, pull him back, because he about to walk off a cliff. Pull her back, pull them back, turn them around and head them all back. Okay, open your mouth wide, eat this. We here now, man. We don't need the so-called white man validation for nothing, man. They've been Job 13 and 4. They are forgers of lies. I'm talking about, I watched the show, I mention all the time. When you watch this show, Forged in the Fire, they forge weapons. We talking about the so-called white man. He's the nigga that made up lies, man. From the garden to now, man. We dealing with a nigga that go into a shop and he turn on the furnace and this nigga, like someone, he forged weapons, he forged lies. Think about that. He lied to us, man. Well, the Lord say in John 6 and 44, I will raise them up in the last days, man. So here we is. Now we know our affliction have been so short, man. But it's the flesh that make us think like it's been a long time. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. For our light affliction, let's get the word light. For our light affliction is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceedingly and eternal weight of glory. Hey, cause the more we hear, the more we reach that measure in Yahweh Shai, man. That's what this is about. Let's get this word light.
Strong's G 1645. Elafras. Elafras.
It's a light in weight. And then Yahweh Shai say in Matthew 11:28, take my yoke upon you, because my burden is light. Right? My affliction is easy. Vice versa. My burden is easy and my affliction is light. My yoke is light. Salak, you're paraphrasing. And it was that Matthew 11, verse 28 on down. It's a light in weight, quick, a guile. See, easy. Light. Matter of fact, let's read it. See, what we've been going through is light, man. Matthew 11 and 28. It's his flesh, man. And what Esau plays on, what the spirit demon Satan plays on, he plays on our flesh, man. But this is why we being trained, we trying to reach that measure, man. And we at the point now, brothers and sisters went through things, and you know the Lord dealing with you, and He raising you up on you. He's leveling you up in faith, man. So the same thing you went through, the Lord put you through and brought you through it. You ain't going through that no more. And if you do, you like, man, the Lord said that. Everything happened to us in our daily walk. It's the Lord. Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. And when you're reading Jeremiah 5 and 5, it say, these have altogether burst the bonds and broke the yoke. They're talking about 2/3 that don't want to follow the Lord. Jeremiah 5 and 5. They don't want to follow the Lord, so they burst these bonds and broke the yoke. They won't do their own thing. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Huh? He said, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. See, let's go back. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17, the word light. What did it say? See right here? Easy, light and weight, quick. Light and weight, man. Let's get this. Let me see what this say. Get this wrong word. Lesson rank. See, in excellence. See, quantity is a age or quality. Let me get this other one. Let's see what it say. That was G1640. It's G1643. Okay, it say to drive. Okay, it's going to something else. So it's easy, man. So it's a 2 Corinthians 4 and 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding eternal weight of glory. So we think we've been here so long because the appealing of the eyes, man. What is that? First John 2 and 15, right? Love not the world, neither the things of the world, the lust of the eyes, right? The pride of life. Esau deceived us because what we see, and it's cold because Yahweh said in Matthew 16 and 4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it but the son of prophet Jonas. So the sign that we was given, according to the eyes, this bastard deceived our spirit, man. But it was only for a moment of time, a light affliction. This is Ezra chapter 9. This devil deceived us. He deceived our eyes, man. Because it was a point of time when the Lord hid his face from us. But now that the Lord has turned back to us, we can't be deceived no more, man. We got eyes off now. This is Ezra 9 and 7. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day. And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, whose rulership Esau Edom, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of faces, as it is this day. Listen, verse 8, Ezra 9 and 8. For now, for a little space, little, man, we ain't been here in slavery that long. And now for a little space, grace have been showed from the Lord, Yahweh our power, to leave us a remnant to escape and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our glory may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage. Let me get this word nail. Let's see what this say. Man, we ain't been here that long, man. Esau deceived our eyes through the lust, man, using the World Wide Web, man, his witchcraft, man. But at the same time, while he was using that, the Lord set up the unicorn to give us this truth, man. It's a nail, say pin, stake, peg, nail, pin. Used in weaving. See? He weaved what? A web of lies that's heavy. To pin through a fast, a peg, nail, paddle, pin, stake. Hey, for a moment, man, let's go back. And now for a little space, grace had been showed from Yahweh power to leave us a remnant to escape and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our power may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving. Ezekiel 37. The Lord blew breath in us, man. And reviving in our bondage. For we were bondmen, yet our God have not forsaken us in our bondage, but have extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia. And now these kings is Esau, Edom, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our power, the tabernacle of David. Amos 9:11 that's being built. And what, Lord? And to repair the desolation thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. And what the Lord say in Isaiah 49:15, thy walls are forever. Let's get it. Isaiah 49. And the Lord said our wall, which is Jerusalem, is ever before him, man. And the scripture tell you that the men of Israel, whom the remnant going to be the elect, they are known as pillars now, man. It say Isaiah 49:15, can a woman forget her second child, that she should have no compassion on the son of her womb? Yet they may forget, yet will I not forget. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hand, thy walls are continually before me. See, the walls represent today the men of Israel, man. This is First Corinthians. Just some scriptures I was thinking about, man. We ain't been here that long, man. Because of Esau, because of his white supremacy, man. We have been suprematized, man. White suprematized by his philosophers. Got us thinking that we done been in captivity for so long, man. This is First Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they have none. The point is the time is short, man. This has been a short time. Can you imagine? The earth is only no more. They said from the flood to now, 10,000 years. So from the time of Noah, from the time of from Adam, man, until now, the max is 13,000 years, man. Hebrews 10:37. This bastard told us, oh, a million years ago. Oh, 65 million years ago. Oh, 35 million years ago. Man, get out of here with that garbage, man. Hebrews 10:37. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. This is a little time, man. There's some precepts. I ain't gonna make this too long, Lord willing. Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. This is a future prophecy, man. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. The Lord already did it. We run around here bugging out, pulling our hair out, man. And these devils ain't been in rulership that long, man. This is First Peter. First Peter's 1:6. Listen to this. And it's all over the scriptures, man. First Peter 1:6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice. It say, though now for a season, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptation. See that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Listen, it say, though now for a season, man. For a season. We ain't been, it ain't been that long, man. This is First Peter. This is exhortation, man, to know, hey, we all going through it. But it's a trial of our faith, which make it seem like it's been long, but it hasn't. First Peter 5 and 10. But the God of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Mashiach Yahushua, after that ye have suffered how long? A while to make you perfect. See, the measure of the full stature of Yahushua, man. After that you have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthening, settle you. And that's what it's doing, man. The trying of our faith, work of patience. That's just James 1, starting at verse 2. This is Isaiah. It's Isaiah 29 and 17. It's that flesh, man. That's why when you overpower the flesh, exercising your spirit continually, everything come clear, man. Isaiah 29 and 17, it reads, is it not yet a very little while? Not a very long time. Is it not yet a very little while? And Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field. Remember, 1,000 years to us is only one day to the Lord, man. And that's what apostles and other bishops always say. Yahweh shall only be gone 2 days and a half. 2 days and a half, 3 days at the most, man. But it's the flesh. Oh, and we don't even know we in 2023. Esau calendar, they never had the right calendar. This Gregorian calendar, they've been on since the Greeks. We don't know what year we in, man. We could be in year 2040. We don't know. But what the Lord say, watch the prophecies play out. And boy, is they moving. They rolling. They talking about making everything digital, no cash. We don't know what year we in, man. The so-called white man's calendar is off, man. We follow the lunar calendar. But we on the Gregorian calendar because who's in rulership? The so-called white man. We don't know what year this is, man. Them bastards been lying, man. They the forces of lies. Job 13 and 4 say they the forces of lies. So every time I watch the movie, they show forging the fire when they forge weapons. That's what the Lord gave them to be good at. Forging weapons and lies, man. We didn't know year 2023, man. That's the so-called white man's calendar, man. Okay? You got all these camps talk about the full moon. They keep Sabbath Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. The new moon is the Sabbath is according to the new moon, man. They change every month, man. But you got IUIC and all these other camps following Friday sundown to Sabbath sundown, man. That shit, Friday sundown to Saturday, that's off, man. But they are following the so-called white man's calendar. They are following the so-called Jews' Sabbath day, man. The calendar is off. We ain't in 2023, man. It's a lie, man. Don't be no fool. Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned to a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest? This time I want Israel go back into the land, man. This calendar is off, man. We ain't in no 2023, man. Let me get this. In Luke 15, right? Listen to this. This is the parable of the prodigal son, right? This is Luke 15 and 11. Listen to this. The Lord called, man. It reads, and he said, a certain man had two sons. Who are these two sons? The southern and northern kingdom, man. Okay? This is a parable, man. And this ain't for low-level thinkers, and this ain't for the faint and weak-hearted neither, man. And he said, a certain man had two sons. This is the southern and northern kingdom. And the younger of them said to his father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country and there wasted his substance with riotous living. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into the fields to feed swine. So the citizen he went to go work for, sent the son into a field to feed swine. And he would fain, it said, and he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, when we come to ourselves, Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bone, the Lord said he breathed breath into us, man. Also in was that John 21, the Lord said he breathed on the apostles, man, when he had arose. So this is when we came to ourselves. And when he came to himself, well, in a far country, where we at? North America, Babylon the Great, in a far country. The Lord said we was going to prophesy into the utmost part of the world. Well, we here, South Central North America, man. And when he had came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned. And I bring this out all the time in Psalm 32, starting at 5, man. It said only the godly will pray to the Lord and say, we have sinned. 2/3 ain't gonna say they sinned, man. Because these niggas want to stay in the darkness and do wickedness, man. On the hopeful leg, the remnant is gonna tell the Lord, forgive me. It said those that what? When he had come to himself, when he came, the Lord put us back in remembrance. We have been reactivated to the truth. 2 Timothy 3 and 15. From a child we have known the scriptures, man. But the Lord had to reactivate you back to this. 2/3 of our people ain't reactivated. They have not been reactivated. They've been reactivated to follow Esau, Edom, and the cares of this life. 1 John 2 and 15, the lust of the eyes. Whatever people see, that's what they want. Well, I quoted Matthew 16 and 4, the Lord said, what? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. How do you seek it? You got to see it. 2/3 of people, they need to see the bag. They need to touch it, put their hands on it, and then they'll run that rat race. The same when you go to a dog track and you got greyhounds chasing behind a rabbit that they'll never get. That's 2/3 of our people. Esau said, what? Get the bag, you get the house, the wife, the pretty woman, the kids, the cars, the bank account. What the Lord say in Matthew 6 and 33, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and then everything else will be added. What Esau Edom tell you, get the bag, and then everything. That's 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. He's opposite of the Lord. Again, the so-called white man got us reading and writing from left to right. We read and write from right to left. The Hebrew is written and right to left. How's it now we reading and writing from left to right? Because the so-called white man is opposite of the Lord. Who passed bestiality laws? Why? You can go out here and do whatever you want to do as long as you follow their laws, because he's opposite of the Lord. It say, I will rise. This is what the son's saying. I will arise and go to my father and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. And this is how we feel right now. Your brothers, apostles, elders said all the time, man, we ain't worthy to get the truth back, man. Well, the Lord said we are worthy, man. He just hid his face from us for a little moment, man. The scripture is all over the scriptures. He wasn't going to be mad with us forever. And it's only been a short moment. That's the point of this lesson. And am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy highest servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. And this is how we feel today, that we ain't worthy. But the Lord said we are, man. That's why he reactivated you to the truth. That's why you understand what's going on in the earth and 2/3 don't. That's why the Lord have given you the eyesight to see through all the garbage. Everybody else want to have fun. Well, fun means to divert your mind from the earth about to be destroyed. North America about to be destroyed with missiles, man. A famine coming. Ain't gonna be no more food in the grocery stores. Well, they got you. You want to go to theme parks and party, hit the club, smoke weed, and just party and picnics and barbecues and just have fun. The word fun, divert the mento in the Latin, which is to divert your mind from what's really important in the earth, what's real, what the elite is doing behind the scene. But the father said to his servant, bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. Then the Lord, when you read Ezekiel 16, the Lord said he decked us out with garments, put a crown on our head, put a chain on our neck, put a ring on our finger. Huh? And bring here the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead. Was we not we spiritually dead? The valley of dry bones. What's it in Revelation 11:8? That dead body shall lie in the spirit, shall lie in the streets of that great city, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. We were spiritually dead. So here it is, right here in this parable. For this my son was dead. He was spiritually dead. Was he not alive? When he lived amongst the heathens, feeding the pigs. It said, for this my son was dead, spiritually dead, and is alive again. And he was lost. Was we not called the lost sheep of the house of Israel? And is found. Are we not found now? Do we not know the truth, vocab alone? You slow-bellied nigger. And they began to be merry. See, the Lord have reactivated us, man. We have only been away from the Lord a short period of time, man. Let's get this. And the so-called white man has only been in rulership for a short moment, man. They lied to our eyes, talking about the earth is 1,000,000 years old, man. The earth is no more than 13,000 years old, man. Facts. Seeing his days are determined. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined. And that's why this bastard been, because they only been in rulership a short time. And that's why they're trying to hold on to it. Because it ain't been in that, they haven't been ruling that long, man. When you go to Google, it tell you what it is, 243 years, right? Of their power, their rulership. It say 222 of them has been in war, man. Listen, it ain't been that long, man. From the Greeks to the Romans to now, it ain't been that long, man. It's just flesh. And Esau plays on our flesh. That's what the spirit demon Satan do. Plays on your flesh, man. You like gambling, you like committing adultery, you like to party, you like to kill niggas, you like guns. That's why I tell you in Hosea 4:7. Whatever Jake glorifying right now, that's gonna have to save you in the day of Jacob's trouble. That's gonna have to save you in that time, man. Whatever you glorifying money, you glorifying going out here chasing women, you glorifying guns, whatever it is that you glorifying, cars, clothes, that's gonna have to save you in that day, man. Seeing his days are determined, the numbers of his months are with thee, that has appointed his bound that he cannot pass. And they know this. This is why they doing things that they do on the earth, man. This is why they're trying to kill us, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitian, with chemtrail, GMO food, putting guns in the neighborhood, contaminated waters. They got the CDC, right? The Center for Disease Control. And the Lord said it in Deuteronomy 28, all the plagues that's not written in the Bible shall cleave to us. What kind of plagues that was not written in the Bible shall cleave to us? Cancer, AIDS, tuberculosis, any other disease that the so-called white man created at the CDC. The Lord said the plague that's not written in the Bible shall cleave to us. Well, the Lord let the so-called white man create these other plagues that was not written. It comes from them, man. It comes through them, man. This is Job 20. All over the scriptures, man. Short period of time. 1,000 years to us is only one day to the Lord, man. But the so-called white man played on our spirit. He played on our flesh, man. Because at that time, remember, the Lord wasn't dealing with us through the spirit. It was through the flesh. But then the Lord blew breath back into us, man. Now it's through the spirit, and now we see all through the so-called white man's lies, man. Job 20 and 4 reads, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? See, they only been reigning for a moment, man. And I got a couple of precepts. Let me get Zephaniah. Only for a moment, these bells have been raining, man. Let's get this. Zephaniah 1 and 14. The devil been using the media, man, to play on our flesh. Zephaniah 1 and 14 and reads, the great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry out bitterly. It said the day of the Lord, it hasteth greatly, man. This has been in the making for years, man. You see how fast these days been going by, man? We in about to be in July, man. About to be in July, man. 2 Peter 3 and 12. Hey, so we know, man. We ain't been here this long. Look, it says 2 Peter 3 and 12. Looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire, which is the earth, which is North America, Babylon the Great, Israel, other parts of the world, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The point say, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord. And the Lord already speeded the time up, man. Let me get these three other precepts I got. This is Second Ezra, chapter 2 and 13. And that's why I tell you was that Isaiah 51, the captain of exile hastened that he may be loose. He should not die in the pit. We ain't been here that long, man. It just seemed like it. It just seemed like it, man. Isaiah 51 and 14, the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail. And we ain't been here that long, man. It just the Lord let Esau play on our flesh, but then the Lord put the spirit in us. And Esau don't understand that, man. They don't understand the Lord put the spirit in us, and that's why they like, man, what the hell going on with these guys? Why the hell? How the hell they? Why we can't get them? We had them a while ago, but what happened? The Lord put the spirit in us, man. 2 Ezra 2 and 13, go, and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. Man, the Lord ready for us to get back to the kingdom, man. The Lord, man. But as I tell you in 2 Ezra was that 4, right? He do not move nor measure, he do not move nor stir them until the said measures be fulfilled, man. 2 Ezra 4 and 37. These things got to play out, man. This is 2 Ezra. Let me get this. Well, as a matter of fact, Sirach, I meant to say. Ecclesiastes 36 and 8. It reads, Sake the time short. This word short means hastening. I was reading it. Elder Edom Natazakbar had mentioned it to me. I did a lesson a while ago. When you go to the GNT, the word short means hasten. Sake the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. And the Lord he already hastened the time, man. That's what I tell you in Matthew 24. Let's read this again. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And they already have been shortened, man. Oh, 2 Ezra 14. I want to get that too. 2 Ezra 14 and 15, it reads, start 13. It said, now therefore set thine house in order, which is your spirit, your body, and reprove thy people. You got to eat the roll, eat this roll, and then go reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, as Isaiah 35 and 3. Strengthen you that we can and confirm the feeble knees. Comfort such of them as be in trouble through the spirit, through through the flesh, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. These mortal thoughts come from the so-called white man by chasing the bag, paying bills, everything Revert back to getting the bag. Cast away the burdens of man, which is the so-called white man. Put off the weak nature, which is the so-called white man. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. What's your most heavy thoughts? About getting money, making sure you got money to pay bills, make sure your family good. It's all go back to the bag, man. Well, the Lord tell you in Joshua 1 and 8, meditate upon this book day in and day out, and then thou shalt prosper. Then thou shalt have good success, man. This is first. It say, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Because it was already predestinated, man. The Lord already said we was gonna eat the foul food among the Gentiles. Now they talking about eating the egg and chicken, worse than smoking cigarettes. What? What that said in the Bible? That ain't in the scriptures. The Lord told us we're gonna eat our food to follow among the Gentiles. That we know. But show me eating a damn egg is worse than smoking a cigarette. Where's it in the Bible? We don't need the so-called white man validation for nothing, man. But they promoting that to get people to stop eating meat, man. Conditioning through gradualism. The same way they telling you it's better to go digital than to keep using cash. Well, that's called prophecy. That's how we know we're getting close to the kingdom, man. These bastards, they running out of time, man. The scripture telling that the Lord had determined their time, they should not overpass. They run out of time, so their job is to promote all wickedness on earth, man, to get you to convert to their ways. No, man. The Lord put the spirit in us, reactivate us to convert back to this truth, man. And we ain't going, man. You might well bring the guillotines, because we ain't going. Anyway, Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rekah Korash. The abundance to the apostles and the bishop and elders, a great millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all the Israel, ready concepted or not. In a sincere salutation told, I can push in this truth. I'm believing this truth, but the full measures of the earth, the entire world, shed light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the outward who are listening and learning. If you sisters who are listening and learning, Lord will edify. Hey, the next time I say shalom. Yep, let's read this. Kazak Bun Yahweh, Jeremiah 9:23. Thus saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glory in this, that he understand and know of me, that I am Yahweh, which execute loving kindness, which executeth loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh. That's it, man. Everything else is lies. We ain't been here no million years. The earth is only 13,000 years old, man. And Esau said in the Evolution Handbook, from Noah to now is only 10,000 years, man. Well, you gotta throw from Adam into now in that, man. They lied to us, man. And our flesh used to have us bugging out, thinking we done been here forever. We ain't been forever, man. We have only been in captivity for a short period of time, man. And the Lord is hastening the days for the remnant, man. Hey, again, the wife for tuning in, the wife for your precepts. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Hey, just know, man, we ain't been here that long, man. We haven't been here that long, man. Hey, the time we done been here, the Lord is speeding finna get us out of here, man. Stay prayed up. Hey, pray to Yahweh Shema shall increase your patience. Beautiful. Let's read this. Hey, and just hold on, man. Just hold on, man. This is Kazak Bunyan Howder, Ecclesiastes 17 and 1. Yahweh created man of the earth and turned him into it again. He gave them few days and a short time, and power also over the things therein. Telling you, man, we ain't been here that long, man. So for all you out there, you newcomers, man, listen. It's only been a short time, and we are speedily about to get out of here, man. Look at the prophecy playing out. They're trying to make everything digital, man. Yeah, it's gonna go from digital to that micro C hill, man, to Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, man. What did it say? A speedy riddance, man. The Lord come to bring a speedy riddance, man. I read Hebrews 10 and 37. The Lord, it say, though it tarry, he that will come will not tarry, man. It's only been a short period of time. Hey, so throughout for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. Wah, above, above.